Hello there, everybody. How the devil are you all? I'm very well, thank you for asking. You might be thinking to yourself, Kev, we already saw these Vance face mash silly pictures. No, these are all new. These are different from yesterday. I found 20 more, and they all make me laugh. And joining me, as ever, it's her skibbity riz is extremely poggers.
Boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka laka, boom.
Now with extra husky voice.
With extra husky voice, because I have a cold.
That is unbelievable. You are definitely you're turning that up to 11.
A little bit, but I do have a cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Need I ask then? What's the problem with you? You malingerer?
Yeah, I caught something like on Friday, and it's just stubborn. It's not stopping. Like I worked 8 hours today, and I had a fine weekend, but apparently I snore. I learned that this weekend. When I have a cold, I snore. So.
And yeah. Who told you this?
The person sleeping next to me.
Fair enough.
And that's usually how you find out someone snores.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Kevin? How are you doing? Now, how much have you, shared with your audience?
Well, about what?
About nothing. About whatever you decide is worthy of sharing.
Oh, well, they know.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. I've revealed everything. I open my heart to my audience.
You definitely I just didn't want me to be the one to say it if you hadn't already said it. So.
Yeah. I've got AIDS. Yeah. That's the big news of this week.
Yeah, so what is the situation with your car?
AIDS, Christy. Do not ignore the AIDS joke.
Yeah, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, so that way I can't be held morally accountable for it.
Oh, well, you don't have to answer to me, but you will have to answer to God.
Yeah, well, that doesn't worry me too much. What was I going to say? Yeah, so what's the sitch? What's going, how are you doing? Is your neck better?
Oh, yeah, no, physically I'm basically fine now.
Okay.
It's still a tiny bit sore, but fine, and no one gives a shit.
Okay. And was it the person drunk or just an idiot?
No. There was no legal ramifications from it. We were both sober, but the other person was just a clumsy cunt who drove into the side of me, as you do, you know. I did have right of way though, so hopefully the insurance will play it out. But it's insurance. Yeah. Imagine if they were running your medical decisions.
Yeah. They're likely to say, oh, well, you were on the road, so being on the road makes you 10% responsible just for existing.
Exactly.
Make sure you get fucked over.
True. Yeah, so no, but I'm okay. I'm okay. But what we should say is that we, both being disgusting capitalist pigs, we've both got deliveries
Yes.
that are arriving in the near
What's
future.
your delivery?
Groceries.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that sometimes.
I imagine yours are healthier.
At the moment, yes. At the moment, they are. Yeah. Although I switched over, I'm trying to. It doesn't really matter. It's really boring life stuff. But I've ordered some Factor ready meals to kind of like add more variety in my diet without doing any more work.
Well, I do hope you used one of the millions of promo codes that are out there.
Yeah, initially I did. I've got like 4 weeks worth of discounts. Or sorry, 4 weeks.
Because I think every streamer in history has either done
Yeah. HelloFresh. Yeah.
Factor,
Yeah.
or what was that fucking video game thing they did? Not League of Legends, something like that. Anyway, Clash of Clans, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So they've all done like that sponsorship.
Yes.
So if you haven't got a code for that, you are mental.
Yeah, I can't imagine paying full price for one of these ready meal things. So I had them when I had my friend over for the weekend. We actually got through like
Rage.
a lot of money.
Raid Shadow Legends is the thing, and I just nearly had a heart
Shadow
attack.
Legends.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the one. They were all really good. Although I decided that when someone else is in my house, I can't just constantly feed us ready meals. Like if there's someone else here, it makes more sense to make a meal. Whereas when I'm on my own, the idea of standing in my kitchen for 30 minutes to just
Christy,
prepare food that I'm going to eat in 10 minutes does not seem.
Christy, if you've got someone in your house, you could feed them something else.
Well, that happened too, but I mean, not at dinner time. You can't sustain.
It's not calorific.
No, it's more like chewing gum. You put it in your mouth and then
Jesus Christ!
after a
What
while,
image!
Yeah,
Oh.
you're done with it. I mean, you don't put it in the bin. You just put it away.
No, I was just thinking literally
put it
chew.
as
You
wrapper.
don't chew.
No!
Chewing's not a thing.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
know.
I don't know. I mean, everything else dissolves. So, like, gum was the only thing that kind of like can come back out.
Your pussy
Anyway.
doesn't dissolve.
I
Not
know.
literally.
That's why I couldn't use like a cough drop or some kind of like analogy in that way.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Flint Reed. Holla at your pay piggies. Much love to you.
Oh,
yes.
oink oink.
Yeah.
Toot toot beep beep.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying that R. Kelly is a fucking evil bastard. Because
Why?
I absolutely wanted to kick into some fucking ignition there.
Yeah, no, you can't. He's
Let me
ruined
give you
it
the
for
toot toot. Let me give you that beep beep.
Yeah.
Bastard. Honestly, I'm the real victim when you think about it of R. Kelly's evil.
So, are you able to drive your car, or is it fucked now?
God wouldn't be able to drive that thing. It's fucked.
No.
It's
Okay, I wasn't sure if they like slid up beside you and like just
No,
sprayed paint.
the sort of front
rammed into you?
left wheel is buckled in. It's completely
yeah.
scrap. It's scrap.
Yeah. Okay.
But my dad, God bless him, he knows me better than I do, and he knew that he'd be on my mind about like getting back in behind the wheel again. So he forced me a couple of days ago to have to drive his car for a bit. Like we just went for like a drive. It wasn't like anything particular. We weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And so for the last few days, I've been doing that. Just going out for like an hour and just driving around, adding to the carbon footprint and achieving nothing other than psychologically dealing with a thing,
Yeah,
which has been really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, after I had my pile up on the A12, when I'm still to this day, if I'm in a car, and it doesn't matter if I'm driving or it's more when I'm in the passenger seat and I'm not in control, and the driver brakes very suddenly, I look behind us to make sure we're not going to get rear-ended by the car behind us. So we'll check the rear view mirror on the passenger side, make sure that no one's going to crash into us. So I understand that.
So you don't like being shunted up the backside?
Not when I'm not expecting it.
No,
It's
that
fine if I'm
is
prepared.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is always, well, firstly, consent, and secondly,
Exactly.
water-based lubricant.
Always.
Not oil-based. That can be drying. That can be drying on the skin. It is effective, but can be drying on the skin. So water-based is better, I think.
It's ideal. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So we've both got deliveries coming, so that get used to that. We could both have to nip off at exactly the same moment. And
Then the chat's gonna have to we're gonna have to give them, I don't know, a game to watch or something.
No, they're adults. They can take care of themselves for a second.
Mine's arriving in 2 minutes. I can actually see where it is on the map. So
See, that's because you've probably got like some fancy app shit going down. I've just got like a random time, and it was supposed to be here before the hour. I ordered it fucking ages ago. Can my food couriers please be more efficient for the no money they're getting paid? Please, actually.
I think they popped up. I think I'm going to hear my bell any second now.
You
So
can
just
ring
FYI.
my bell, ring my bell.
Ooh,
Bing,
well,
ding.
I know something you can do besides chill. I sent you another white woman video.
You did. Oh, well, we'll get through Christie's videos shortly. Yes.
Okay, I was thinking while I'm getting my delivery done, we can get.
I'll just chill. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'll wait for you to come back.
All right.
And
Well, I'm not gone yet.
Your eclectic mix of videos.
People show up to listen to us talk shit until our deliveries come.
Well, I just heard that.
I'll be right back.
Okay. That's a loud ass bell, man. Fuck. Anyway, if you want to help me buy groceries both now and in the future, you can do so in the form of bits messages and subscriptions and memberships. And you can subscribe on twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. You can give memberships to the community. You can do super chats. I'll read out the super chats. Do not worry about that. Oh, we've got Pupperino. Fuck yes. Like, I am loath to take off the JD Vance face edits because they are delicious, but we have got Pupperino based pizza activities going down. So, better than having a Nobel Prize. I see what you've done, Vogel. That's very funny. Anyway, yeah. So you can give me money in those various ones if you wanted to. That's fine. Absolutely. Clacker with the mail slot for fuck's sake. Fuck you, Vogel. I'll knock you out. In Minecraft, of course. Can we fund a bell louder than Christie's? No, we cannot. Well, I mean, we probably could, but we're not going to, is the point, I think. You're the one with the bin man card. It's not bin man! Why are you always mean to me? I'm a good boy. Can we fund a bit about... Shut up, Logan! I didn't give you permission to speak, you cunt. Yes. I sent you a PDF conversion of that book. A tiny bit of formatting is off, but it's readable. Thank you, Moronaka. I appreciate that. As you may be able to tell, I've been very bad, even worse than usual, at keeping up with my correspondence.
Okay.
So, but I'll get back to you on the Discord at some point. I don't know. Yeah, but thank you for the PDF free version of a book that I wanted to.
Oh,
read.
nice.
Yes.
Oh, someone's coming through for you, clutch. Nice.
Indeed. So, are you well and good?
Yeah. I got my salad.
You had salad delivered to you.
Well, I mean, it's Caesar salad, so it's kind of fancy.
Like, you getting a salad? Are you a fucking hamster?
No, I'm an overweight bunny, which is why I need to eat salad. I'm a fluffy bunny that needs to go into hibernation. I don't think bunnies hibernate, but you know what I mean.
I don't know what bunnies do, actually. What do they do?
Do they stay out all winter? I don't know, someone in the chat.
I have no idea.
Someone in the chat is typing right now to educate us on the.
I've eaten rabbit.
Yeah. Did it taste like chicken?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what most people say.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, did you have anything to watch? Because I kind of like got busy in the afternoon.
Well, you got busy in the afternoon.
Well, I got really busy in the morning. I worked from 7:30 until 1:30 without a break, and then I finally had lunch.
You are mental, but God bless you. So you have sent me a few things, right? A really odd, eclectic group of things. You've sent me a David Mitchell bit, which then a video called "The Jews Who Fought for Hitler."
Mm-hmm. We don't have to watch all of that. Like I said, like the first 5 minutes or something.
Okay. Then there's a white women bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's an Elon Musk CNN bit.
Yep. There's only probably like 30 minutes worth of content there, though.
No, that's fine. I've got plenty of stuff we can watch as well.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, what do you want to watch first?
All right. Well, we're gonna go through like a hellscape of Trumpism and Muskism. I take it. Let's start with white women.
Okay, but they elected him. See what I did?
Lord Freeters
Hang on
donated
one second.
$10. Oh no, that's the noise the internets make when a weird Frenchoid send Kev money. Disgusting. Don't tell me he's going to end up his message with a random despunkify.
Thank you, Lord Freetus, you French bastard.
Is that the answer to our rabbit question?
No.
Oh, okay.
They just sent they're very, very generous, but
Oh,
also
nice.
very mental.
In an adorable, most adorable way.
Anyway.
Give you money to be insulted.
Yeah, well, it's
Here we go.
Look
public humiliation fetish. Watching this show,
Yep.
basically.
at that beauty right there.
Never stop.
He was walking. He just laid down. Isn't he beautiful? Look at him. Hi, baby.
That is an alligator.
Mm-hmm.
Or a crocodile. One of the two. I don't fucking know what the difference is.
They call it an alligator.
It is not friend shaped.
Mm-mm.
No, that is that is very bitey. What are you talking about, baby? You know it will do a death roll and try and tear your limbs off.
Oh, it gets better.
Unbelievable.
Oh, he's so cute. This mofo is huge. Look at that guy in the street who was recording them walking. Yeah, I'm gonna go say hi to it.
No, you're not.
Yes,
No, you're staying in the car.
He's not gonna hurt me.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Stay in the car.
Let me love you.
No.
Let me love you.
That's not a cat, babe. That's not
Get
cat.
off
No,
of me.
no, no,
Get
no.
off of me.
That is correct biologically speaking. That is not a cat. I know what cats look like, and it's not that.
I just like this idea of a woman in a car shouting at an alligator, "Let me love you."
It is mental.
Serious.
Get off of me.
No.
Get off of
She's
me.
serious. No.
Get off of me.
Let her go over there.
Get off of me. You know, let her go. It's Darwinism. You are interfering with the natural order of things. The stupid gene is supposed to die off by being eaten by alligator.
Look, just make sure the life insurance is paid up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get off of me.
No.
I'm not gonna touch it.
No.
She know what she's
I won't touch it.
doing.
Swear to God.
I'm not gonna fetch it. Why do you need to go then? What's
Touch it, I think she said.
well,
I'm not fighting an alligator.
Buddy,
Babe,
stop.
I'm not fighting an alligator.
You just pulled my shoulder out.
If her husband wasn't there, she'd
Move
be
the
right
car
over
back.
there cuddling that alligator.
Hi, baby. Oh, you're so cute.
Here we go.
Look at that beauty right there.
Amazing, right?
mental. Honestly, how have white people survived?
That white man is like really far fucking away, and that white woman's like, "Let me love you."
True. Okay, so I mean, I don't. What's the point of us watching the Jews that fought for Hitler, Christy?
Well, it was
explain
more
your
about-
thinking.
Okay, so we see a lot of, I'll call them collaborators.
Yes.
People, what is that saying? Oh, not all skin folk are kinfolk.
Not all what? Sorry.
Skin folk are kinfolk.
Skin folk. God, that sounds like some fucking like zombie shit. Okay.
Well, I mean, I've heard that from the black community. You know.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
the people who look like us don't always act in our interests.
Yes.
And I think, and it was just like it was a little bit of a discussion of people who ended up like collaborating, people who had Jewish ancestry who ended up on the side of Hitler, and because
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, he's Hispanic, he can't be a white supremacist.
Yeah.
She's a woman, she can't be anti-feminist." It's more about the quality of your beliefs, not
Yeah.
the color of your skin or what you have between your legs or not.
Yes.
So it was just a little bit of a, hey, when people make dumb arguments like, women can't be anti-feminist, or people of color can't be white supremacists. Yes, I fucking can. And there were people who had Jewish ancestry who were, like right up there. Now, not all of them were like 100%. Some were like their grandparents, and but it was just about that. We don't have to watch it though. I wasn't sure how much we have for content, but if we're not going to watch that, then before we watch what you have, let's watch some David Mitchell, because he might have a good his Britishness is so potent.
I don't want to, and I'll explain why. He is an annoying posh cunt, and I can't be bothered.
But you said that this is our show, and I get to have a say on what we watch.
Okay.
I'm using my adventure. I'm cashing in my 10 episodes. I want to watch something for a minute.
Okay, this is going to annoy me, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I think you'll find yourself agreeing with him, though.
I don't know, probably. I mean, we're both grumpy old cunts, Yeah. There's a fair chance that I agree.
Really are. Yeah.
Hang on. Oop. Why won't they turn up? Literally, what the fuck is wrong with this volume slider? That's very frustrating. There we go. Okay.
So it's be prepared. What would be your motto?
Well, obviously, be prepared.
Can you share?
It's a decent motto, although obviously.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry. Okay. 1 second. I forget that you have to share these things. Otherwise, the other person can't fucking see it. Anyway, I have to scroll back to the start. Right. So, the Scout's motto is be prepared.
The Scout's motto is be prepared. What would be your motto?
Well, obviously, be prepared. It's a decent motto, although obviously it's the devil's in the detail, isn't it? So it doesn't really help. If you find yourself unprepared, then it's too late, isn't it? It might as well just say cope. I think cope would be a decent motto. Yeah. Or alternatively, give up. But my actual motto would be don't be responsible yourself. What you need is someone else to take responsibility.
Yeah, scapegoats. I blame the scapegoats. Yeah.
And when things inevitably go wrong, you can carp from the sidelines, which, has actually been my means of survival as a member of the, liberal media elite commentariat, who drag this country down with its relentless negativity and hypocrisy. That's been a good living for me. So that's why, as I say, if society broke down, I'd pretty much hope to be wiped out in the first round of lootings.
What the fuck?
Isn't that like quintessential British attitude?
In the first round of lootings is an amazing sentence. Holy shit.
Also, just having the motto cope. I think that's for our
Or
day.
give up.
Or give up, yeah.
Just give up. Yeah, that's about that, really. What is the Antifa Super Soldiers Incorporated? Okay.
Oh God, that's
that's
taking me back.
Well, I think that's still my motto, ironically, here on Twitch, and I think possibly in my fucking the Everything app bio and all of that. It's a joke based on like how right wingers think that the Antifa, the anti-fascists, run everything, and they think it's like a business that has like branches and like franchising and stuff. So it's just sort of a joke based on that. So not only am I in the Antifas, I am the CEO of the Antifa Super Soldiers. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a joke poking fun at right wing pricks, really. I am Antifa Freddy. True. Okie doke. So
There was a point in time, I think it was about 2017, where Antifa was actually kind of active in the U.S. And there was a rumor that went around that
We're talking about the New York Times.
Antifa super soldiers were going to show up. At least that was what was like some bullshit circulating on Twitter.
yeah, so I think
Twitter
someone
at the time.
Yeah, someone did a joke post about like, but the Antifa super soldiers are going to turn up in your town and kill all the white people, or something like that,
Yes.
right? And it was so obviously over the top, and the right wing went with it because that's the thing. They're so fucking dense, and we're about actually a perfect transition, I suppose. How do we deal with Trump supporters who are so fucking stupid, so pig-headedly stupid? Pig-headedly, you see, because pigs, they've got pigs. Anyway, You can't satirize them because they believe such extreme nonsense. When they hear extreme nonsense on the other side, even if it's so grotesquely over the top, like we're gonna kill white people in the town square, they go with it because they just assume that everyone else is as mental as them. I think.
Oh, I mean, I interacted with someone through via social media, much to my chagrin, or not chagrin, my like annoyance, irritation. That I said, Rupert
Adolf
Murdoch.
Murdoch, yes.
Yeah, is a left wing, and all of Fox is left wing except for Sean Hannity.
What? Sean Hannity is not even the most right wing person on Fox.
Yeah, and I'm just like, your reality is so distorted that we can't have a conversation because you are so far off of what socially, like we have agreed as a society, what left and right means. If you think uber capitalists are far left, I can't help you.
Yeah, yeah. If you think that, well, no, Glenn Beck isn't on Fox anymore, is it? Janine Pirro.
Yeah, you've got fucking dickless wannabe comic. You've got brown-haired
Gutfeld.
Ken.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Gutfeld is a genius of our times, Christy.
Jesse Hitler.
Jesse Hitler, yeah.
Yeah. Laura Ingram Hitler.
You've got replaceable blonde fucking airhead number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
In a skirt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just, I don't know what factory keeps churning these creatures out, but I mean, they are prolific. Literally, you see them, you think, I could have seen this one before. Have I seen this one? I don't know. It's like the slightly changed NFTs. It's a Bored Ape Yacht Club of journalism, is what I'm suggesting.
There you go. Yeah. Of misogyny.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes. So how do you deal with this level of stupid? I don't know. Oh. Ah.
You know somebody smarter?
Than Elon Musk?
That's right.
You can be smart and immoral. You can be smart and make bad decisions.
You are 100% right about that. There's no doubt about that. It does not give me pause. I'm 100% Team Musk.
Josh Evan Kirkland is one of the people we spoke to at a hog show in Nahunta, Georgia. We first came to Brantley County right before the election because it was the most pro-Trump county in a swing state in 2020. People had had a strong emotional connection to President Trump, and they thought Trump was for them instead of the elites. So we wanted to see what they made of billionaire Elon Musk.
There's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts about Musk, and he's a brilliant man himself. I think a lot of people are scared that the two of them have teamed up.
Last time we were here, Kathy Hendricks sold Trump.
See, how do you deal with that? Look, it's so obviously ridiculous. He's not for the elites. He's just teamed up with the richest man on earth.
Oh yeah, and they've just given themselves a bunch of tax breaks.
Yeah.
And they're destroying
Trump
your
merch
public services. Yeah.
Yeah, mad.
Corner of her boutique.
I sold out of everything.
Yeah.
I sold out of all my Trump stuff. I have sold the daddy's home.
Why do people like that, calling Trump dad?
There is a security in daddy.
Look, there is a security in daddy. It's a kink. It's just a fucking kink at this point. They're so weird. Have you seen some of the bills they've tried to fucking pass through Congress?
Well, I mean, I saw one person put in a bill to eradicate the Department of Education.
Well, I mean, that to be fair, he did campaign on that. It's dumb and will damage America enormously, but he did. That's a campaign promise.
Yeah, but that was some random Republican in Congress. That wasn't.
Well, yeah, true. Okay. But yeah, the level of dick riding is amazing. So, Congressman Brandon Gill has introduced the Golden Age Act to put President Donald Trump on the $100 bill.
Oh God.
Amazing. Where are we?
Oh, by the way, as of today,
Yep.
following the tariff imposition that Trump decided, actually the Wall Street Journal called the dumbest trade war ever. Wall Street has now dropped so much that it's wiped off, what did I see? $3.4 trillion in assets. Basically all of the gains it's made since he got elected on the copium and hopium of all the rich people going, oh, more money. Gone.
Yeah. Republicans have proposed making Donald Trump's birthday a public holiday.
Oh my God.
House GOP measure would allow Trump to seek a third term.
Yeah.
Congressman Addison McDowell introduces legislation to rename Washington Dulles Airport to Donald J. Trump International Airport. Of course. Representative Joe Wilson wants to put Donald Trump's face on the $250 bill.
Is that a thing?
Nope. Bill
Oh,
to
okay.
add Trump to Mount Rushmore has been introduced to the House.
Oh God. It's a cult. It's a cult.
How'd you deal with that level of like unadulterated shaft workery?
There's something about the authoritarian mindset that both wants violence for others, but also to feel protected themselves.
Well, literally, she just said, look, we'll go back 5 seconds. There is safety in daddy, which is one of the grossest sentences I've ever heard spoken about the president of a republic.
Why do people like that, calling Trump daddy?
There is a security in daddy.
This is the president of a republic. Supposedly.
Look, the world is complicated and hard, and it's full of a lot of like morally ambiguous situations. And when you don't have a lot going on upstairs, you just want to like have a politics that's like Jesus. You just trust in Jesus, even though he wasn't really that great of a philosopher. If we look at it, he stole a lot of stuff from Hillel, didn't do anything about slavery, didn't do anything about the position of women, didn't actually care for Gentiles.
No, he was very racist, yeah. Literally
Called
referred to
them dogs.
non-Jewish people as dogs. Which,
Yeah,
you know, I'll be honest
Like,
with you, J-Dog. I can't help but get it in the fields.
But
Just saying.
it's someone that they deludedly think cares about them and will put them first.
Yeah.
And so fuck you, basically, is their attitude, I think.
Yeah. What does it say? Hang on, what does it say on the table? I believe in the future of agriculture. Is what that says. That's the motto underneath the Trump on the table there.
My dad was telling me today that all of the ag guys, all the farmers are upset because of Trump trade thing. Corn is down. We're not going to sell, as many products to China or Canada, and they're losing money. And he reminded me.
Canada is the leading export destination for something like 27 states.
Yeah. Last time, do you remember when he had to bail out the farmers because he fucked them over so bad, and all the taxpayers had to basically buy out the farmers because of his shitty policies? We're heading that way again.
Yeah, of course. And again, what you'll see is under Trump, I mean, to be fair, some of it was COVID related, although again, COVID was mismanaged by him, so it was worse, but whatever. He couldn't actually stop COVID from happening. Whereas the national debt went through the fucking roof. Like it doubled or some shit. And you're going to see that again because the tax base has been whittled away. Because again, you can't tax rich people anything apparently.
Yeah, the only
And
people who
they're
pay
gonna
taxes
continue
anymore
to spend
are the
a
poor.
fortune. Yeah.
Yeah, the poor are the ones who pay the taxes, not the rich. Come on, what kind of system do you think we have?
No. What we need is to be giving Elon Musk £700 trillion a day, or dollars or whatever. Yeah.
My friend showed me a clip of from Sacha Baron Cohen's The Dictator. Have you watched that?
I have not.
There is an amazing. I will find the clip and then we'll play it after this one because it's very good.
Okay.
Mama is the one that runs everything. Mama's the one that does everything, but there is a security in daddy. When daddy wraps his arms around you, you feel like the whole world is just...
You realise you're talking
safe.
about the fucking head of the federal government, right? You're not literally
Not a
talking...
king.
You're not talking about your actual fucking parent.
Also, what is this bullshit where the women have to do all the work, but dad just gets to get like praised for nothing? It sounds like. He ain't doing shit.
I don't know, man. Oh, it would appear my delivery is here. Yes.
Oh, you need me to cover?
Yes, entertain people for a second.
Okay, well, give me the. Let me share my screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll take over. We'll watch that clip that I was.
Christy, take the wheel.
I am taking the wheel. Hey, everyone. All right, so we're gonna watch this. I'm gonna have to go back first because we've already started it. So, Sacha Baron Cohen, we know he's a great. I guess we call him a satirist of our age. He definitely does a lot of satire. Sorry, again, cold. Yeah, so let's have a little listen to the democracy speech from the movie that probably no one has seen, called, maybe a few of you have, The Dictator.
This Constitution is nothing but a license for oil companies and foreign interests to destroy my beloved Wadiya. Wadiya will remain a dictatorship. Woo! Oh, be quiet. Why are you guys so anti-dictators? Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners. You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group, and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try. I will tell you what democracy is. Democracy is the worst. Endless talking and listening to every stupid opinion, and everybody's vote counts, no matter how crippled or black or female they are. Democracy. Democracy.
So there we go. I think that is basically sums up where we are today. Like that. Oh, sorry. Pause. I don't know if you can still hear that. Hopefully, I stopped sharing before that clip started. But yeah, it's rather biting satire there in terms of the fact that, oh wait, that's exactly what we have now. Obviously, dictatorship is got more problems. They don't just torture foreign prisoners; they torture all their prisoners because there's no accountability. But the point remains that our democracy is not a democracy. It's pretty rubbish. All right. What we got here? What people are saying? Elon watching this on ketamine. What was it? What was this from Coherent Screams? A healthy 17-year-old just died in Texas, miscarried, went to the hospital 3 times in 2 days. Doctors could do nothing because she wasn't sick enough and might harm the dead baby. By the time they tried to save her, it was too late. She died of sepsis. She got sick so fast she was too weak to have the procedure to save her. Yeah, I mean, Trump is killing women. And this is what the canceling the funding for U.S. aid is. I mean, the supposedly pro-life people are just out to kill women and kids and sick people. So, hey, Kevin, I see you are, your hair is so long. Look at how long your hair is.
Luscious, isn't it? Look at that.
It really is. You've got like 1980s rock star hair.
Thank you. That's the look I was going for.
Well, you nailed it.
It looks like I fucked a lot in 1982. Which is fair enough. Did you see that Luigi, our hero, our god emperor, the security in Daddy after all?
Yes.
He was in. Apparently, he's filmed 20 porn videos.
What now?
Yeah, he was doing some homemade sex videos.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that some AI shit that I?
No, this is real.
Okay.
Came out of the trial, and I think someone needs to send me the links to those so that I can inform the authorities about them. Definitely.
All right.
And I can definitely say, look, don't go here. Don't go and look at these. These are terrible. You know. So if someone wants to do their civic duty, that's fine. Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, with my ChatGPT subscription, I also get Sora, which apparently allows me to make videos.
Okay.
So maybe you're gonna see some stuff coming up as oh no, you can't do like Elon Musk being I don't know, terms of service. Yeah, I don't know. Elon Musk licking Donald Trump's feet or something.
But Christy, we literally were just talking about porn videos, and you went, "Well, I can make videos."
Well, no, I was just when you're saying homemade videos, it reminded me of the fact that I realized I have this feature and that it might be fun.
So Christy's going to do porn?
No, that's not what I said. You can't do it on ChatGPT anyway.
Well, give it time.
We watched. Basically, it was Sacha Baron Cohen making fun of America for being basically a dictatorship.
Yeah, America's shit. Yeah.
Who is this? This is Brodig 99. I hope he did at least one gay.
I've no idea, to be honest with you. But you already knew he fucked, right? Like, definitely. I mean, Luigi's a plumber. He lays pipe. Boom.
So, oh God, Kevin, you are so close to being the daddy.
What?
In the poll, I'm voting yes.
What? Hang on. Hang on. Oh, there's a poll. Do we want... Hang on, sorry. Oh, fuck's sake. Do we want Kev to be daddy and hug us safe? Oh, that's weird. Don't be weird.
Yes.
Don't be weird. That's weird. You're all fucking weird.
If you're into bears.
And everything's going to be okay.
And that's the way they mean it?
And that's the way they mean it.
Because, you know, on the internet at least, sometimes it has like a sexual meaning.
Oh, Lord.
So what do you think of the conversation so far?
It's like Christmas morning every single day.
Hendricks introduced us to Candace Taylor, who declared she's running for Congress that very day on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast.
I wanted to announce with you are loyal to President Trump. God anoints people. He's anointed President Trump. So if Elon Musk wants to cut trillions of dollars out of this budget, and if my family has to tighten our belt and not go on vacation because of it, I'm down with that.
So you welcome...
So this bitch who owns a fucking shop.
I don't think this is her shop.
Isn't it? Isn't she Bobby?
I thought she was introduced to the woman who owns the shop.
Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway, okay.
Some personal financial hardship if you think in the long run it will help.
Yeah, I've already experienced it.
Under Biden, with inflation, I mean, were you happy to pay the higher prices, or did you think that was a failing of his presidency?
It was a tremendous failing.
All right, how long are you willing to wait for the economic changes you're hoping to see, for the prices to come down?
Oh, I'm good if President Trump wants to run in 2028.
In 20...
There you go, dictatorship.
So,
but also, it's a terrible failing that Biden, there was inflation under Biden, but Trump doesn't have to do anything at all
patriotic.
In 4 years.
It's patriotic to pay higher prices now.
Yeah. It was never about the eggs, was it?
No, it was always about the hate.
Yeah.
2022, Taylor ran in the Republican primary.
Jesus, guns and babies.
Yes, Jesus, guns and babies was her slogan.
For governor with a Jesus, guns, babies slogan, and lost.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like...
I remember her.
Yeah, Jesus, guns, babies could be seen as a threat.
Well, I mean, it's just another mass shooting, right?
Yeah, Jesus goes around gunning down babies, yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Jesus does gun babies. He does. The man's a monster. Oh, still my favourite one. Back when Twitter was good. Well, it was never good, but back before it became just a Nazi shithole. When the GOP put out there, what do you think Jesus' favourite gun would be? And someone responded, probably not a nail gun. And they went, you're blocked.
But honestly, that's the best answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is the best answer.
Yeah, true. Also, aren't you supposed to... Like, the fact that he got nailed to the cross, isn't that a good thing? Didn't that save all mankind?
Yeah, what did Doug Stanhope say? I hit my foot for your mortgage.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm still confused as to the ABC of that. Like, what's the through line?
Also, can we just say, so Yahweh generally has a consent problem.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right? So this idea that Jesus died for my sins, like, I didn't ask him to. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a gift. Like, I don't have any moral obligation to
I didn't...
I didn't sign up for it. Didn't ask for it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You can't give me something and then be like, you owe me for that.
Yeah.
No.
You owe me your entire life now.
Yeah, no. No, that's not how that works.
Nope.
You gave me a gift. You can't then ask for money for it.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking purchase that I've made.
Look, I brought you flowers. Now I get to move into your house. What?
Yeah, and you have to worship me forever. Otherwise, you will be tortured for eternity.
What was that clip that we watched of the atheist just asking a person, would you ever take someone you love and put them in a furnace and burn them to death? If you did you ever love them? The guy's like, no. Like, well, same with God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You can say God loves you if he's willing to chuck you into a burning lake of fire.
literally. Anyway, thank you, Kieran, for bitty bits. Much love. And thank you also, Kieran, for gifting a sub to Brody G.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice. Thank you. But anyway, remember, Jesus, guns, babies.
Yep.
But why run for Congress if some billionaire...
Also, okay, he's getting ahead of the game because the school shooters wait for the babies to become children and then enter the school. Whereas Jesus is ahead of the game. He's always he's playing 4D chess. Kill them before they get to school.
Yeah, he's going to the creche.
Exactly.
He's going to the nursery.
Exactly.
or can just undo whatever budget you passed, whatever laws you passed.
Oh, he's not undoing everything.
That glassy-eyed stare, that's fucking terrifying. This is not a normal human...
Oh, he's not undoing everything.
Look at that. She's fucking demented.
She definitely does not look like she's, she looks cult, like she's indoctrinated.
Well, this is the GOP
You can see the
now.
spirals, in her eyes.
Yeah, like, oh, he's not undoing everything. Yeah, but the point is, he could.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinion on the fact that he could do that? As an unelected bureaucrat, destroy your entire budget?
What's the purpose of Congress at this point?
He's dealing with stuff that's frivolous.
Well, I've just read out a list of things that they're fucking dick riding him over in Congress. So Congress has ceded that territory. It's not even as if they've fought and been destroyed. In most fascist societies, the legislature at least tries to protect itself in some way. But they've gone, no, actually, we would rather have some dictatorship, please and thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why do we even need Congress to do a budget at this point?
Yeah, you don't. Apparently, Elon Musk can just do it, and look how well it's worked out at all his endeavors. Twitter's going superbly well.
Mm-hmm.
Most people we spoke to were enthusiastic about Musk. We did meet 3 people who had some concerns about the firing of federal workers, but the only one who wanted to say so on camera was Corbett Wilson, one of the rare Trump skeptics we found last time we visited.
This guy's chad as
Prices
fuck.
of groceries, egg prices haven't gone down since Trump took office.
Give him a little bit of time. Will you come back in a year or 2 years? Let's look at the halfway point, because we all know everything takes time.
Well, he promised it on the first day.
He promises to
and
take
anybody
steps.
that believed that's crazy.
He also said that it would probably be a little more painful to start with, but it would get better.
Yeah, he said that after the election.
Mm-hmm.
Dickhead.
We got to give
Everybody's
him...
waiting on that.
Well,
You're talking about contractors. Elon's a contractor too. Who looks into him?
There needs to be somebody.
Nobody questions his bills.
Do you trust Elon Musk? He's a
Absolutely.
government contractor. He's got business interests, whether in defense, internet, that kind of thing. He's also admitted to drug use. He smoked pot on the Joe Rogan show. Do you trust him as like a stable, rational, and reasonable person to be doing this job?
Yes.
Hey, he's a Republican. You ain't gonna talk him out of that.
There's pot.
Yeah, exactly. Look, he knows. This old Gipper knows.
Hands all over this country. Y'all sitting here trying to bash
I
one
ain't
man for what,
bashing none of
99% of this country, Republican or Democrat. Corbett, this whole dadgum town smokes pot. You're part of the Democrat Party in my book.
The conversation devolved quickly. We had not anticipated the emotional connection Minnie already felt with Musk.
This
He
is
did
over
it on
with.
TV.
He sat on TV and smoked pot.
Yes,
No, he didn't just say on TV. He was. You can go and see it. It's one of those famous clips of him.
Yep.
Smoking weed with a really stupid fucking look on his face, like he thinks he's the coolest shit ever. Because he did one puff of the ganj. Fucking hell.
I don't care. I'm saying it don't matter. But that
But
makes
it's
him
actually against
unqualified
federal law.
to do a job.
So even just a mild questioning of the facts, and this guy's now screaming.
He's already up on his feet.
Yeah.
Although they're both on there. Are they leaving now? Are they both
Well,
down with breakfast?
I don't know what he's up to, but your man, the big chap, walks away.
90% of the country.
Does
she's coming in here with ignorant arguments. She ain't talking facts.
Does it raise any questions?
I can prove you a Democrat by the level of ignorance that you portray.
Let's just show
I can prove you're a Democrat.
Donald Trump, Elon Musk, please drain the swamp. While you there, get the job done. Please.
And then when their Medicare
They'll
goes,
probably go down the drain with it.
Also, like, okay, there's like hillbilly, and then there's pronouncing it swamp. I've never heard anyone pronounce it drain the swamp.
Yep, swamp drainers.
Drain the swamp.
Swamp drainer.
Okay, fair enough. As you do. How'd you battle that? How do you even begin to take that level of, like, ironclad ignorance?
Well, this is why, there was Murdoch filled in the 1980s people who had, one worldview, and then every time they watched the evening news, it was challenged. And so he created for them a fascist safe space.
Yeah.
Where they could just hear that white people are the best, America is the best, and the problem is all of these people who want to change the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the only good segment, I started to watch the second one and it sucks. So the first segment is the only one that's good on this, FYI.
Okay.
David Farenthal, who shares a byline on this news story. The headline, struggling with errors, DOGE deletes billions more from list of savings. The subheadline reads, for the second time in a week, Elon Musk's government overhaul effort updated its wall of receipts.
Oh my God, we're not even going to get to it because, look, it's Trump. Who gives a fuck? But did you hear his amazing fuck up at the? It wasn't a State of the Union, was it?
No, it was I like to think of it as a Stalin speech.
Yeah.
What was that, an hour and 50 minutes?
No, it's long fucking time, tedious. But he said that the U.S. federal government had spent money turning mice transgender, right? And then when, can you believe it? What a waste of money.
No.
No.
It never happened.
No, it didn't happen. What they did was that they turned mice transgenic, which is apparently some kind of genetic thing, which has led to massive breakthroughs in the development of all kinds of vaccines and medical procedures.
Fucking morons. This is what if you say I'm anti-DEI or anti-woke, it probably means you're an incompetent white man or white woman.
Almost certainly,
because this is supposed to be getting rid of all the DEI people was supposed to be colorblind and merit-based, and yet it's a bunch of like 21-year-olds who are predominantly white men who know nothing and can't even tell the difference between 8 million and 8 billion.
Yeah, that is true. Fucking transgender. You know what? I think the US government should be spending money turning trans mice trans or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, fuck it. They them mice. Let's go. Fucking incredible.
Idiot.
Where are we? Sorry. Ah!
To remove mistakes that inflated its success. I mean, you and your colleagues have done such incredible reporting on this, showing many of the mistakes and false numbers that this DOGE team have posted on their so-called wall of receipts, overstating savings, claiming an $8 billion savings instead of $8 million. Your latest reporting involves contracts DOGE was claiming credit for cutting, but some were actually canceled long before Trump's first term even began, as far back as 2005. Can you walk us through some?
2005? That's 20 years ago.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah, what we're talking about is what DOGE calls its wall of receipts. Basically, it's a list of contracts that it's claiming credit for having cut and the savings it says it achieved by cutting them.
And again, I just want to point out for everyone the false economy of this. Even if all of their numbers were correct, that still wouldn't be money saved, it's just money not spent.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, it costs money to have the FAA, right? The Federal Airplane Authority, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know.
The Federal Aviation Association.
Aviation, there we go, yes. So it costs money. So, in theory, you could save $20 billion by cutting that. But you would lose a lot more because all of the people in the planes would crash and die.
Yep.
So just cutting the 20 billion isn't 20 billion saved. You can't just look at one side of the ledger to decide what's good or bad about that spending of money.
The way you said that reminded me of Martin Freeman going, "You can't be the sheriff of London."
That is a very weird reference point, but I appreciate that enormously.
It's really the only place where they show their work at all. The only time they ever show us how they get to the numbers they claim for the savings. So you can go down this list and you can see the details of these contracts. And you said in 2 of the cases they were counting as canceled 2 contracts that actually just ended on their own when George W. Bush was president from 2005 to 2006. And each of them
amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Well done.
Well, the thing is
so
that-
not only did not a penny get saved because the contract ended,
Yeah, it was.
but it
2
ended 20
decades
years ago.
Yeah, this is it. Elon Musk routinely bumps his numbers for when he has to do his call to his shareholders.
Yeah.
And he thought he could lie to the American people the way that he lies to his shareholders and just fudge the numbers and do a shell game and fuck up, just straight up lie.
Yeah.
And it's a lot harder when it's not a bunch of sycophants,
Yes.
I guess. Yeah. Not that there are any consequences for him.
Well, yeah. I mean, that guy in Georgia, he'll still believe it.
Yep.
Yeah. They're cutting trillions from the budget. Are they? Where's that happening? Certainly not from the amount of money the federal government gives Elon Musk. Haven't saved a penny there.
No. Oh, and this is it because he's some kind of special appointee. He's only meant to work like 136 hours.
Yep.
And so they're saying that he's only working 1 hour a week so that he can basically work the entire administration.
Yeah, which is fucking ridiculous. Because if he was actually the head of a government department called the Department of Government Efficiency, there would be checks and balances, and
But of course he's not.
He'd have to go to Congress when they call him.
Lots of non-heads of departments show up at cabinet meetings.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of people who don't run shit show up at cabinet meetings.
Yeah.
That shows you that he's not actually running anything.
Yeah.
those contracts, they claimed a $53 million savings now. So that's the kind of error we're finding. It's not rocket
No,
science.
not
You can
error,
click
not
literally on a
error.
link and see
Lies.
that this was 20 years.
Yeah, an error would be an honest mistake.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lie. This is what he does constantly. That's
Yeah.
the only reason that on paper he has all of this money.
Yep.
Because it's inflated bullshit.
Yep.
He
Oh, we
doesn't,
can get.
he doesn't sell that many fucking cars.
He's selling fewer now.
And he's selling a lot fewer now, yeah. Yeah.
I've got a skeet on that. I can get up for us if you'd like.
Skeet. That
Skeet, skeet.
we're not calling it that. We're not calling it that.
Now, is that...
Oh, I've got a little jizz for you.
Well, thank you. Are you going to share it with the class?
Yes. There's plenty to go around.
I mean, if you can find that out, how long did it take you to find that out? Is it a simple mistake on their part, or is it deceptive?
Well, what it is part of a pattern, right? We're looking in these, this is, I said, the one place where you can see DOGE show its work. And we're looking in there to see, are they competent? Do they know what they're doing? When they're looking at government...
According to his own fucking, testimony, whatever, at the cabinet meeting, they accidentally cut Ebola funding.
And then he said he fixed it, but they hadn't.
But they hadn't, no. So there's literally no government spending on protection from Ebola. You know, the deadly virus.
Yep. Oh, did you see an unvaccinated child died in Texas of measles?
Yes, but it's okay because RFK said they happen all the time, except it literally hadn't happened for a decade.
Yep.
Brilliant. So again, cutting funding for Ebola or measles, in theory, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Because you got that's an extra $10 billion we've got. Awesome. Cool.
Yep.
Except, of course, if everyone dies of measles and Ebola, you make no money whatsoever.
That's why we need to stop anyone from having reproductive autonomy so that they can just make sure that they're baby machines.
Exactly. If they all have 10 babies, it doesn't matter if 5 of them die of Ebola and measles.
Yeah. That's just,
Exactly.
collateral damage.
Fine. Like if Elon just has 20 children by 8 different women. Or whatever the fuck he's up to. I don't know. You lose count.
Yeah.
Someone said his kids should unionise. And I agree.
Oh, and by the way, of course, he's a total stud muffin for doing that. But if a woman had that...
Well, he's not even that big.
Many kids by that many different fathers.
Yeah.
No. He just likes to think of himself as, I guess, a walking insemination clinic.
But he's not even that though, because like he's literally what 5 of them are by IVF.
I don't know. Is that
And
true?
2 of them, yeah, no, they are genuinely most. Well, I say most. There are 5 of them that are by IVF that we know of, right? 2 of which he has nothing to do with. So he pre-planned being a deadbeat.
Yeah.
Like, if you have an accidental kid and you then become a deadbeat, that's like, it's disgusting, of course, but makes sense. Again, there's a through line to that story. Whereas he pre-planned a medical procedure to inseminate somebody to then abandon the child.
Yeah. Can we get change your X account name to Elon Musk as a deadbeat dad?
I mean, I could do that, but I don't use it that often to care.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, yeah.
Contracts, which again, that's the job they're out there to do, is to change the government, to overhaul it, to make it efficient. Do they understand the government itself and how it works?
Oh, I think I did. It's all right.
That's all right. I just was wondering why the silence.
Well, hello, darkness, my old friend. And then the people bowed and prayed to the neon gods they'd made. God, I'm fucking sexy.
And the errors we're finding them making, I mean, you mentioned some of them, confusing millions with billions, triple counting the same contract.
Well, I'm glad he's in charge of federal funding then.
Yeah, definitely genius level work there going on.
Well, look, who counts the number of zeros at the end, really?
Look,
when you
it is
think about
colorblind and merit-based. These mistakes were made by people who deserve those jobs because they fuck up on a regular basis and their whiteness and their maleness protects them.
Millions with billions.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he's not in charge of a $1 trillion situation. Otherwise, that could get very worrying, because that's another zero he has to deal with. Oh, no.
It's more than one, I think.
Is it? I don't fucking know. But then again, I'm never going to have to worry about $1 trillion anything, because I can barely deal with double figures. I got fuck all. Which, by the way, chat, you can rectify that with money in the form of bits and subs and memberships and super chats and stuff.
Yeah, click.
Exactly. If we get onto the hype train today, I will finger Donald Trump.
You're not supposed to do that around me.
Yeah, but he's not a dead person, so it's fine. It's legal. I'm not interfering with any corpses today. I am just fingering the head
Dictator.
of the executive branch of the United States federal government.
No, Kevin, get his title right. He's governor of the colony of Russia, formerly known as the United States of America.
Well, I like to think of him as Daddy. There's security in Daddy. Also, there's going to be a couple of my fucking knuckles in Daddy, so let's go.
Counting contracts as canceled that had actually been canceled long before. Those aren't like difficult things to spot, and it speaks to sort of a carelessness or just a lack of familiarity with the government that they're now basically in charge of.
And has there been any explanation from the White House or DOGE as to why they got this stuff so wrong?
The barest of explanations. What they've said is, well, these numbers came from the agencies themselves. Federal agencies sent us these numbers.
Oh my God, I hope
again,
they fucked him up on
DOGE
purpose.
is supposed.
Can you imagine an agency like, no, send them shit from 20 years ago. See if they catch it.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And now they look like dickheads. Because they are dickheads.
To be in charge here. And the errors they're making seems like they didn't look at these things at all or think about them. You mentioned one earlier where they confused billions with millions. That's not a mistake that anyone should have made, because what they said was that ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, had saved $8 billion by cutting one contract. Well, if you think about that for 1 second, $8 billion is ICE's entire budget. So how could you ever thought they gave their...
He's a fucking idiot, man.
Idiots.
God damn.
Idiots.
Entire budget to one vendor. It's that kind of mistake that seems like they're not really paying attention.
And when they, I mean, after your reporting, it seems like they just remove the errors. They don't really, hold a press conference and say, oh, yeah, we made a mistake on this. Here's where we were wrong. This is how we made this mistake.
No, this is the second time now that they've just updated the website to delete most
And not just that, but like the whole point of having checks and balances is to make sure this shit doesn't happen. So if he were called in front of Congress to testify as to why this fucking mistake had happened, you put in theory, the Congress people hold his feet to the fire. He gets made to look a bit of a cunt in front of everybody, and that pressure forces him to then go in and correct the issue that deals with, so they have a new procedure so that the same mistake doesn't happen again. That's in theory how that's supposed to work. But now that he's just some random advisor who works 1 hour a day honest, there's just no check and balance, so the same thing will happen again and again and again.
Mm-hmm. He's just going to wreck everything.
Yes.
And then just again blame Democrats when it all goes to shit.
Well, it'll go. That's why he'll eventually be kicked out by Trump, because he will go to shit, and it'll make Trump look bad.
Yeah.
Of the largest cuts that they claimed.
These were the biggest cuts that they were claiming turned out to be false, or
last week
or
they
reported multiple times.
Last week they cut the top 5 cuts they were claiming. Just last night they cut 5 of the top 7.
Oh, got done again. Sorry, the thingamajig, the super chat.
Oh, the last.
Yeah.
Did you get scared?
I did. Thanks for making this shit somewhat tolerable from XY. I'm going to say Z. You might pronounce it Z, and you'd be wrong to do that. But thank you.
Hey, making it tolerable. We're doing it for ourselves as much as y'all, but we're happy to take you along for the ride.
Exactly. I make it tolerable so that I can watch it. If you also find it tolerable, hit the like button and subscribe.
Little things with a few dollars. These are billions.
That's why I can't do adverts.
Yeah, you can never be a sponsor.
I can't even shill my own shit. I can't even be like, give money directly to me. Like, you should go over and play Raid Shadow Legends because it's fucking awesome. Like, I couldn't do it.
You're too sarcastic.
No. And also, I'd want to do like naturally, my style would be so sarcastic that it would become just a hit piece on Raid Shadow Legends. It would just be like, you should follow Raid Shadow Legends because they kill brown kids. They give AIDS to children. It would just be mental.
That's not what they pay for.
And they, honestly, that's not the kind of thing they want from their advertising book.
130 days limit for a special government employee.
Oh,
Kitty Bong fact checking.
Thank you, Kieran Saunders, with 200 bitty bits, who says it's 130 days for a special government employee. Apparently.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
There you go.
I read it once today earlier, so thank you for the 130 days. So they're making him work 1 day a week.
Yes.
And that way he can last for fucking ever.
Yeah. To be fair, he does spend the other 6 days of the week doing kit, so
it keeps him off the pipe.
Yeah, and then 1 day a week he straps his tactical child vest on and goes into public. Yes. Did you make your 30-second intro for Curtis/Turn Left? Oh fuck! I still didn't do that. Yeah, you see what I mean? I can't. Curtis from Turn Left was like, "Oh, we want to advertise leftist streamers. You should do a 30-second intro clip for you, Kev, and we'll play the thing halfway through the show or whatever." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's dope," but I can't be bothered because it's. What do I say? Like, how do I fill up 30 seconds advertising what the fuck this is? Come and watch my show. You might see a congressman's arse.
No, that got us. You got that.
Well, exactly, but I'm saying, look, the chances of you seeing a congressman's arse are low, but not zero. Hit the follow button. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know what the fuck to say. Because the thing is, I don't know why anyone does watch this. So I don't know how to advertise it to people. Someone out there, write me a script based on what you like about this show. So what I should say to get other people to watch the show.
Oh, this is...
Because I don't know what that is.
But they're all going to write it in the Discord, and you're not going to read it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is actually true, to be fair. Outrage is Elon Musk's son and mother pictured on President's plane Air Force One. Elon Musk has sparked outrage as the latest controversy after being spotted on Air Force One with his mother and son. But he's the president. That's the president's plane, yeah.
What else? How else is the president supposed to get around?
Yeah. Yeah, Air Force One typically carries the president, government officials, or heads of state leading questions over Musk's access to the vehicle.
Well, again, he's just a minor member of a not even a real agency.
No, and
So
and right, he bought the federal government, and that includes Air Force One.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
yeah, fucking ridiculous. Honestly, I feel bad for that kid, but he's only got a couple more years before he's able to ditch the bastard. God bless him. I mean, he's still going to be an insufferable cunt, obviously, but he's only a kid at the minute. But once you're 18, mate, I am going to fucking destroy you. It's like Baron Trump. Wait for his 18th. Just wait for the 18th.
You mean at the gay club?
Well, look, Christy, that is entirely between me and future
Consenting adult.
XYZ 32171-481 or whatever the fuck his name is.
When he finally comes out. And then he's another disappointment to his dad.
The woke stole my straight son. No.
Billions and billions of dollars that just vanish off their website, and again, with no explanation.
And yet, they are claiming to be incredibly transparent at every turn. I mean, they're saying that they are the most transparent.
Yes. So what they've done is they've claimed this really big number. They say now they've saved $105 billion. But only a little bit of that is sort of...
I mean, even if that were true, that's like the paperclip budget for the US Army?
Yeah, why don't you look up? I don't, off the top of my head, know how many trillions of dollars. I'm sure it's in the trillions at this point. The federal budget is.
U.S. federal.
It's a false economy. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Indeed, it is.
Like, for paying a bunch of people $60,000 to $90,000 a year to provide really good services, the quality of life that you're going to destroy for saving that much money doesn't make sense.
Yeah. The US federal government spent $6.75 trillion in the year 2024.
Yeah, I think there was a Congress member who said, you cut $1 billion here, you cut $1 billion there, and it starts to add up to real money.
No, not even in the slightest. 6.75 trillion.
Yeah. So what's $1 billion out of that? I mean, how many lives are you going to destroy?
105 billion. What, just to crash some planes and start a fucking measles epidemic?
Yep.
Brilliant. Honestly, amazing stuff. And, again, they claim 105 billion. Probably nowhere near that.
Oh, God, no. No, of course it's a lie. Everything he says is a lie.
Unbelievable
Everything he says is a lie.
Fucking mental. It's about 0.1%.
Yeah, thank you. For people who can do math with big numbers.
True.
I'd have to ask
Itemized
ChatGPT because I can't write that many zeros out.
Detail. That's the part that I've been looking at. About $10 billion is they say, okay, here are the receipts. Here's what we've cut. And again, that's the only place we can really see if they know what they're doing. And when you look at that, you find these huge problems, which then they just delete to the point that the amount of savings they're counting from the contracts being canceled has actually shrunk from 16 billion to 9 billion just in the last couple of weeks.
Is it clear to you how they're making decisions about what to cut? I mean, or do they know what the...
Just as long as it doesn't impact Elon Musk's bottom line.
Oh, no. You need to free those money up so that the U.S. government can buy a bunch of shitty Cybertrucks and more stuff for SpaceX and fund his...
the boring company.
To the moon. Or sorry, to Mars.
Mars. He's going to get us to Mars, Christy, in a self-driving taxi. In a Hyperloop.
Oh, I can't wait to cover the next article that I have that's going to be between this and whatever video you want to watch next because Schadenfreude. Okay, we'll finish this up.
Of these contracts or is it anything that, smells like DEI they cut, or do you know the criteria?
No, there are things in there that are the result of the Trump executive orders against DEI. There's a lot of USAID contracts. In some cases, you can see, yes, these were cuts that were made for political reasons, for other parts of the president's agenda that they're counting as DOGE cuts. But other ones, it seems like agencies sent them in. Hey, here's a really big cut we made that was bogus. It was the savings either didn't exist or they were a lot smaller than the agency claimed. And DOGE seems to have passed that on either without noticing or without trying to notice.
Interesting. David Farenthal, just remarkable work. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I want to turn back to President.
Okay.
My turn.
Yes, share.
All right, I will. Where's the button for the sharing button? Oh no, I got to go back to the right tab. I can't find it on the big one or the little one. I can only find it on the big one. All right, here we go. All right. Tesla sales crash continues in Europe. This is for the month of February, with Germany down 70%.
Germany's gone woke.
Yep. We already did that. Global sales were down year over year for the first time in a decade last year.
Nice.
And if things continue, it will be even worse in 2025.
Fuck yes.
The damage is especially significant in Europe. We've been tracking sales last month. Tesla deliveries were down roughly 50% compared to last year. Earlier this week, we reported on the first few European markets reporting February sales. And again, Tesla deliveries were down significantly in France, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden.
France, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden have gone woke.
For the win. Now, numbers are coming in from more markets, including Germany, where Tesla is having a very tough time. According to local registration data, Tesla delivered only 1,429.
Sorry to interrupt, but I am confused by this. Because I get why France, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden don't like Nazis, but the Germans are not into the Nazis now.
No.
Really?
Definitely people on the left are
You know
not
what?
into Nazis. in
Well
Germany,
done,
yeah.
Germany. Honestly.
Yeah.
Well done, Germany. You've shocked me there. Congrats.
You know, I mean, I know that there's a lot of East Germans who are very pro AFD. But if you
Yes.
look at the West, there's a. I was talking actually to my German friend about this over the weekend, and yeah, there's like when Musk said that thing about whatever your past was, fuck that. It offended a lot of people because the idea of owning the moral wrongness of what happened into their country or in their country and well, in their country in other countries because it was outsourced to Poland a lot of it was.
Mostly, yes.
Yeah, is part of part of German sense of identity is owning that and acknowledging that and then promising never again.
Yeah.
Clearly 20% East Germans were not raised with that ethic, like the 90s weren't that long ago. Still a lot of generational more like Soviet denialism rather than accountability.
Well, it's not just Soviet denialism. I think part of it is definitely the economics of it. That the kind of neoliberalization of the economy happened obviously in both places at roughly the same sort of time.
But that doesn't explain the anti-immigrant.
Well, no, angle.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the west of Germany was dealing with that from a much better economic base, right? So we know, for instance, if you look at poverty and the electoral map, it fucking matches perfectly. It's the East German border is still there in all but literal bricks and mortar,
But the fact is that Germany has spent, West Germany has spent lots and lots. There is a tax that is only paid in West Germany, and it goes to fund infrastructure and other development in East Germany. I paid that tax.
Yes.
Dirty immigrant that I am. My taxes go to pay for the development of East Germany.
Yeah.
So it's not like West Germany. I mean, obviously there was a big exploitation of capitalists when the wall fell down. Lots of things got right. I'm not saying everything was perfect or that West Germany wasn't culpable in creating some of these problems.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that the economic disparity is such that, or the trends of immigration are such that there's a ton of immigrants in East Germany, not in West Germany.
No. Well, no, exactly. But that's the point. It's that financial, not just disparity, but the overall poverty rate that you get outside of Berlin, that is, of course, which is its own weird little world, is exploited by racists. We see that with Nigel Farage here, and we see it with Le Pen in France. That's what they do. It's not that the poverty leads to racism, or indeed even that most immigrants are going there, because immigrants go where there are jobs, and there are no fucking jobs in Cottbus. There just aren't. That's the point, right? So they actually are proportionally much less affected by incoming, waves of migrants from Turkey or Syria or anywhere else. It's that they're exploited. Their poverty leads them to extreme situations, and extreme situations lead to extreme choices. They could go communist, but they've just, they've just got rid of that, and it didn't really work for them. So their only other option really is the far right. Now, that's grotesque, and it's obviously, again, it's a false economy because it doesn't lead to good places. Look at literally recent German fucking history. But that's unfortunately the situation they find themselves in. And the German government, both on a federal level and, of course, regionally, are going to have to fucking find a way out of that.
Well, what they're going to be doing is finding a way to fund fucking arms for the next, whatever the next budget is going to be less about public services and more about funding Ukraine.
Yeah, well, it's going to have to happen because America is the enemy now.
Well, yeah, they're a colony of Russia.
Yeah.
So.
Well, exactly, and people might sneer at that as being like, "Oh, Russia, Russia, Russia" thing. But like, again, I'll just put this question out there. Let's assume for a second that he's not in the pocket of Putin and that there isn't a P tape or whatever. Which, by the way, I am absolutely convinced there is, or was possibly whatever. If he were, so if he weren't a Russian agent. Or if he were a Russian agent, how would he be behaving differently than he currently is?
Yeah.
What actual policy difference would there be if he were literally just a sleeper agent? Like, they're not even doing information sharing with the Ukrainian government anymore. That's another thing they've decided. They're not even going to do fucking intelligence.
Oh, I saw that the EU is working on ways to help Ukraine get satellite service that's not Starlink.
Yeah, because he literally pulled it on them.
Yeah.
There was a fucking warship shelling the fuck out of Odessa, and he pulled the Starlink so they couldn't tackle it. Literally actively aiding a fascist military invasion.
So, Musk is doing a great job of, destroying his business all over Europe. So can we get back to this story now?
We can do, but just quickly. 255, no, East and West Germany shouldn't have remained separate states after the Cold War. No. There had to be one Germany. They just did.
Right. So, according to local registration data, Tesla delivered only 1,429 new cars in February in Germany, down 76%.
Ooh.
Compared to more than 6,000 vehicles it delivered in February 2024.
That is spicy.
Yep, it's now down 70% in Germany, which used to be its biggest European market. So they've got a handy little thing here. Germany, they've got February 2025 and 2024, Jan 2025, 2024, year-on-year change. So Germany's down 70%, UK.
Oh, UK, you are scum. I'm sorry, you fucking are. Look at that. Down 70%, down 40%, down 40%.
Yep.
We're up 7.7%. I fucking hate this place. The people of this place are fucking vermin.
I mean, with your up 7%, what was this, like an extra 1,000 cars? It doesn't really make a dent in the overall numbers.
No, it doesn't. But it just, look at the trend of it. Everywhere else down massively, and we're somehow still up.
Yeah. Yep. So, the only silver lining is the UK. I think that's about it. Investors are holding on. They're holding on. The idea sales are mostly down because of the Model Y changeover happening this quarter. However, the data suggests otherwise. For example, in Germany, Model 3 sales are down 40% so far this year, despite Tesla's being in the middle of a Model 3 changeover around this time last year. So, basically, I don't know how much longer.
That's some cope as fuck from Tesla.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Well, I mean, he always copes, right? He's always finding ways of like, oh, we're gonna cash in this cash rebate, or we're gonna take. Oh, this is another thing the EU is doing. I mean, it's upsetting environmentalists, but there's a discussion about changing the way that automakers have to be carbon neutral. And right now, one of the ways that they're carbon neutral is they buy credits from Tesla.
Yeah.
And so by changing it and easing the carbon neutral stance, it basically will take revenue away from Tesla.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anything that destroys this man.
Sooner the better.
Is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trump announced 25% tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and 10% on China. It was in addition to the existing.
I was about to say, what's the wokeness on China there? Why China getting it?
Oh, by the way, I need a comfort break, so you want to just hit play and I'll jump in a second?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll do some shilling. Hello there, everybody. Would you like me to finger Donald Trump? Would you? You can make that happen. With bits and subs here on the Twitch. If we get onto the hype train and all that. You can also give me money on YouTube, but that won't count towards it because I can't do the maths that would make it make sense. But you can also give me bits, super chats and memberships here on YouTube if you wanted to. These are things you can do. I believe in you. I don't believe in me, but I believe in you.
10% on Chinese goods. As of now, it is unclear if he's just going to end up issuing waiver after waiver. Here's Fox News yesterday. Watch as the Dow goes down. Now, this is funny to watch.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to check in so you knew I was here.
Okay.
The return of the sausages.
Thank you, Plexicon, with 1,000 bits, but no message. No message necessary, friend. If someone else does the thing now, then I can do the thing that Christy doesn't want me to do. But it's legal because he's an adult and alive. For now. But we'll all die one day. Krista?
Yep. I didn't think I needed to comment on that.
You don't need to, but I feel like, I feel like you should.
Holy shit. So, just randomly, you saw that Gene Hackman died, right?
Yes, I did see that Gene Hackman had died.
Did you see how old he was?
No, how old was I?
95.
Fucking Jesus Christ. What?
Yeah. And he didn't even die of, like, old age.
What did he die of?
They think he and his wife and their dog died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Fucking hell. Ooh.
All three of them were found dead in their house.
The dog as well.
Yeah, really sad.
Aww.
But there was an age gap between him and his wife, because he was 95 and she was 64.
The return.
Cradle snatching bastard.
Like, at what point? I think.
Just a kick.
Yeah. At what point does it, like, a 30-year age gap no longer matter? Like.
Yeah,
85?
basically. Yeah.
I think so. I was like, wow. Most people,
Yeah.
So, but I was really sad to see that he died. But carbon monoxide poisoning at 95 is a pretty peaceful way to go.
Yeah, firstly, carbon monoxide poisoning, very cool way to go, because, like, you just sort of drift off to sleep, don't you, I believe?
Yep, that's
it. And then you also, at 95, like...
Yeah.
You're not losing much, I don't
No.
think. And he achieved loads in his life. So you know what? Fair play to Gene Hackman.
Exactly.
God bless him. Like, people say it would be great to go, fucking. No, it wouldn't. Firstly, that would then mean that somebody had a dead person inside them.
That would be traumatic.
Which would be traumatic and awful. I don't wish that on anyone, on my sexual partners. And also, you'd have a heart attack. Do you know how fucking painful that fucking sounds? No. What I want to do is curl up in bed and not wake up. And I have that feeling every day. Thank you, Wayward Historian. We are now on a hype train, so I've got to fly to... presumably, it will be renamed as Donald Trump International Airport by the time I book my flights. But I'm going to go to Washington, D.C. and...
your leader's picture will be everywhere, and we'll have to salute him before we're allowed into the country.
And I'm going to do a special hail to the chief.
So fucking weird.
It is weird.
It's so fucking weird.
Thank you, Kieran Saunders. 2 other dogs were alive in the house.
Yeah,
so there was
2
just
dogs
a
survived.
weak, pathetic dog. A genetically inferior dog. Whereas the 2 Chad dogs survived. Oh, hang on. You know what just struck me as an idea? Have they investigated whether those 2 dogs were to blame? Because that's odd that those 2 dogs weren't with the other dog.
Yeah, you know, if they were humans, you'd automatically question.
Well, exactly, yeah.
the situation here.
Of course, yeah. I'm just... Like, and was it a hit on the humans or on the dog? And the humans were just collateral?
Kevin's just asking questions.
I'm just asking questions, okay? I'm a truth seeker. I'm just saying, the Hackman situation, inside job.
You're going to hit play?
Unless, of course, your pension is invested in this and you're about to...
Yeah, that's the weird thing with... the capitalists are grotesquely brilliant. They've managed to rope working and middle-class people into having to give a fuck about the stock price because your pensions didn't rely on it.
Yep.
Evil. Fucking evil.
I tell you, people aren't very happy about their pensions right now.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't be, yeah. Fucking furious. He's knocked off, 1,500 points or something off the...
Mm-hmm.
Is it Dow Jones or what? I don't fucking know. It's like with it's like old school crypto. It's just for wankers.
It's it's I was gonna say something and then you said old school crypto and it threw me off. I can't remember what I was gonna say now.
Dunno. Fair enough. JFK killed Gene Hackman. True. RFK might have. Certainly.
Retire. Also, it's a good teachable moment for people who are like, we need to put our money in the stock market instead of Social Security.
Yeah.
All
On the sorry to have to fucking pause Andy every 5 seconds. Did you see that Trump's starting up a massive crypto reserve for the federal government?
Well, he's claiming it, but of course he doesn't have the money for it. And there's a big debate between the Bitcoin maximalists and people who want a diversity. Look, Trump says a lot of fucking things. Let's just say
He
that.
does, but considering him and Elon both wank themselves silly over stupid fucking fake money crypto bollocks, it seems like this would be a thing they'd want to do.
The problem is, I don't know how you justify buying crypto that is so volatile. I mean, also, you would never want to buy it now because now you buy during a recession if you're going to buy at any time. Buying now is like buying a house when it's most expensive, and then like the market crashes and you're stuck with a mortgage you can't afford. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever.
But that's one of the good things about dictatorship is you don't have to justify anything.
I don't think that they're actually. Trump just wants to scam, like
oh yeah.
So he doesn't really care about the crypto stuff. He'll say whatever it takes to like get those people to give him money. I don't actually think he gives a shit about the strategic reserve and a sovereign wealth fund.
He's thinking. Sorry, go on, Chris.
We got a deficit that's so massive, and yet you're going to piss away money on a sovereign wealth fund? Get the fuck out of here! You really are conservative. Pay off the fucking debt that you claim you care about.
Yeah. I wonder if he's planning to rug pull the entire nation.
Yeah, 100%. If he could,
yeah,
he totally would. He would totally steal all of the nation's wealth and then just like pass it on to his fucking weirdo kids.
Yeah.
All our money.
Whereas that's the good thing about Elon is if he rug pulls it, you know his kids aren't seeing a penny. He's going to keep all of that money. Yeah.
Why isn't all our Social Security money in the stock market? Now, I imagine it's going to bounce back up at one point, but we'll see.
2 quick points. Firstly, thank you for the hype train, everybody. And secondly, the question in chat there, should Kev finger Donald Trump? This is not a democracy. I care not for your opinions, chat. Okay? It's happening.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Exactly. I'm flying into Donald Trump International Airport Tuesday.
But here is Trump announcing the tariffs yesterday. Stock market is plummeting. And the real problem, of course, is going to be that there is going to be real inflation for people. And these tariffs are going to function like a regressive tax.
Yep.
Because they're going to raise the price of goods. This is just like a VAT. Just like using a sales tax as a mechanism in which to get revenue. Because rich guy, poor guy, both got to buy a car. If the car is now $1,200 more expensive on average,
which is what the reporting says it may do,
as a minimum, it is more of a percentage of that poor guy's net worth than that rich guy's net worth.
Yeah.
That's why flat taxes in general are so insane, but it's why the sales tax in and of itself is regressive because it affects poorer people more. This is just a compounding sales tax, essentially.
Exactly. And here is Donald Trump announcing it, and watch the Dow.
I'm a huge fan of Ronald Reagan, but he was bad on trade. Very bad on trade. He allowed a lot of people...
So what did you like about him exactly?
Yeah.
What his wife's gob job? Which, I mean, let's be honest.
She was the throat goat.
She was. She really was.
Business to be taken. So I say that with due respect because he was so great on other things, but he was bad on trade. We are setting records right now.
You
records
are.
Like
we can see in the bottom right of the screen.
When you have companies like this coming in, and almost 40% of their company in one signature is going to be devoted to what he does, which is one of the most important businesses in the world. That's an unbelievable thing. When Apple now is going to start building all of their plants here.
Doubtful.
Goes down to 177.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I mean, people put the Curb Your Enthusiasm music to it. It would be funny if it didn't harm us all.
Yeah.
I can't help but think that, and this is maybe a little bit conspiratorial, but it does look like they're driving us toward a recession, just headlong.
The Atlanta Fed, like you said yesterday, is predicting one. We heard from Kowalski in Nebraska, our farmer friend, saying that wheat futures are price of wheat has dropped.
Wheat
Yep,
futures.
corn.
Is that a fucking cereal?
You know the futures markets?
No, I'm joking. I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Significantly, which is strange when you're not at harvest, because that means that the futures are down.
What's that? The Supreme Court has denied his bid to freeze $2 billion in aid. Is that to Ukraine or to just general?
Cost of oil.
Not
is
to
down.
the general, Christy Winters. That's you don't get
Everything's
$2 billion in US aid, do you?
I
don't
wish.
think. No.
Down, which means that people aren't our economy is starting to slow. We'll see. But this is the thing: is that people have said, like, what are they thinking about? Like, why would they do this? I just don't think that the normal rules that we
USA.
apply to politics are operating here, because
it's authoritarian.
I don't think it.
We're in the middle of a hostile government takeover.
Indeed.
Elon Musk cares. I think he's completely
was that a
shielded
Schoolhouse
from
of Rock bit? Was that a Schoolhouse Rock bit you were
No,
doing?
no, it was that song that I showed you before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, it had like I'm just a bill, yes. It had that kind of vibe to it. So.
Yeah. Well, this is like a black guy getting ready to go to work, and he's singing to himself about how we're in the middle of a hostile government takeover.
Yeah.
I've showed you that, right?
You did show me that,
okay.
but I forget things, Christo.
That's true, you do.
Defend the rights of the people. The ACLU applauds Supreme Court decision upholding congressional control of federal funding. Yeah. Jesus
you mean the
Christ.
Constitution?
Yeah, basic constitution. Well done. Not just that. Well done on a 5-4 ruling.
Oh, you're
that
kidding.
the Constitution still is in effect.
Unbelievable. And let me guess, was it Roberts who was the deciding vote with the liberals?
Let me have a look. The Supreme Court today ruled 5-4 that the Trump administration must release the $2 billion in congressionally authorized payments to U.S. businesses and non-profits for work already completed for U.S. aid. The U.S. freeze, blah, blah, blah. The Department of State versus AIDS Vaccine Advocacy Coalition was the thing. Does it tell me where the votes? It didn't tell me who voted where. Sorry.
Actually, that's who the 5-4 was. We need Marcus. We need a Marcus visit.
We do. Hang on. Oh, there's another. Here we go. The order was unsigned, but 4 conservative justices dissented: Alito, Thomas, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh.
Yep, that leaves Roberts.
So the justices in the majority were Roberts, Barrett, Kagan, Sotomayor, and Brown Jackson.
Was that Amy Wait, was that Barrett?
Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah.
She also sided with Roberts.
Yeah, because it's 6-3 conservative, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you do have to have 2 conservatives, not be wankers, and decide. Oh, actually, that basic thing where the Congress has appropriations powers.
I think it's in one of the first articles in the part about the Congress.
Yeah, exactly.
Appropriations shall originate in the House, and
But 5-4. So on a razor's edge, the Constitution just about survives for another day. Fucking ridiculous. These are originalists, are they?
Yeah.
The originalists that want the president to have absolute power over federal spending.
Because what the founders wanted to give us was a king.
Yeah.
With a little lackey, quisling, what do you call this? Favorite.
Yeah,
a royal
exactly.
favorite.
Yeah, a court jester of Congress. Yeah. Although, to be fair, Tommy Tuberville is a fucking jester. Jesus Christ. How is he a person that even exists?
Can you imagine that people who vote for him who think he's smart?
Amazing. Like, in ancient Sparta, they used to throw, disabled babies off a cliff or something. I'm not suggesting they do that for babies, but I think we should do that for adults. He's a broken adult. He deserves to be thrown off a cliff in
Terms of
Minecraft.
service. Partner push 2025.
Why don't Raid Shadow Legends want me to advertise?
Why doesn't HelloFresh send me money?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Don't forget to use KevKev's code hashtag #KillTommyTuberville. That's a joke. I'm obviously joking. Chill the fuck out.
Any type of public backlash. I'm not sure that Trump cares. I think they're confident that they will be able to win the election one way or another 4 years from now.
Yep.
And certainly, like, the lawmakers are just sitting there like deer in the headlight because there is an unlimited amount of money that can be deployed against them in the primary and for them in the general.
And tariffs can, when like they're applied to specific industries and being targeted, it's there. They can incentivize onshore manufacturing of certain goods. Say if you want to be competitive with a Chinese company that doesn't have strict labor laws, like the idea that Apple's going to manufacture iPhones here, please.
Yeah, it's never happening.
That you can compete with.
Although you never know until the 2026 Suicide Net Act passes. That's the Apple iPhone factories in China with the Suicide Net.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. So the Suicide Net Act will be passed, and then they'll bring over the fucking jobs from China. Yeah.
With them by raising
because President Musk will have initiated a 1,488% tariff on China.
Their prices with tariffs so that our products here are sold more. But to do it across the board like this just functions as a regressive tax on the poorest people so that the billionaires can keep getting richer, because a lot of them, they're just doing crypto speculation.
Well,
that's outside of all of this.
That's the
no,
thing
they're not,
is
because that
people
market
like Warren
is
Buffett
terrible
and
right
private
now.
equity, and you see a lot of this crypto speculation because there's no good
Can you pause it?
investments. Well, they're sitting on billions.
No, there's no, like, crypto is dying right now. Like, lots of people are holding bags, shall we say, because when Bitcoin went from 107, now it's down to about 90. All of the altcoins did much worse. So people are not dumping their money into high risk crypto right now.
Buy the dip.
Don't buy the dip right now.
Buy the dip straight to the moon.
Do not buy the dip.
Fascism.
And until we get quantitative easing, hold your money in an interest bearing account.
No, you know what we should invest in?
What?
A membership to my channel or a super
yeah,
chat.
absolutely. Do that fucking thing.
And use my code on Raid Shadow Legends.
Do you
Hashtag
like the-
Tommy Tuberville needs to get cancer.
Do you still advertise your Patreon?
Yeah, the very start when I do like a full shill at the top of the show, yeah.
Okay.
Which you can contribute to if you want to help the car fund.
Oh yes, there's a car fund.
Billions of dollars of cash, and will go on a shopping spree the second that all of this stuff crashes, and so they feel fine about it. They don't care about it because they are looking forward to the clearance sale.
Yeah. Can you pull up this budget
Kowalski's
lab?
clarified its corn futures are down.
So, oh yeah.
Even though we're 6 months away from harvest.
Can you this is just such a helpful thing that I think the Yale Budget Lab did, that just even these top key takeaway points at the start here, that they've done a model of the planned 25% Canada and Mexico tariffs. Just scroll down a little bit.
And again, like Emma says, if you
thank you to KSO128 for resubscribing. 35 months.
Thank you.
That is that's nearly 3 years.
That's a relationship.
Think of what you could have achieved in that time. Instead, you wasted it watching my fucking awful show. Someone clip that bit and send it to Curtis as my promo video. that little bit will do, I think. Yeah.
have tariffs that are targeted in certain industries that you want to build and give an advantage to within this country, it makes sense. But when you blanket a country for no reason, with no ask, like what's the ask of Canada?
And
Right.
you
Yeah,
know, like,
exactly.
like you're not trying to develop any.
Yeah, exactly. In what way are you being poorly treated by these countries? Like, China makes everything for you and owns all of your debt.
We barely, yeah, exactly. We barely have a trade deficit with Canada. Like, I had to look up the numbers to prove somebody wrong. And there's like Canadians buy $410 billion worth stuff, and the U.S. buys $470 billion or 60 billion. So it's like a $40 billion trade deficit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I was like, if you're gonna shit on our biggest trading partners, you want to see what that looks like? Look at Britain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Look, that's what they did. They cut off their trading partners. And you know what? They are struggling. And they've been struggling, and they're going to continue to struggle because they have no growth in their markets because they can't trade with their neighbors.
Yankexit?
Yangsit?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway. I think I know why he's going after Canada, though.
He wants the minerals.
Well, no, I think it's because of their occasionally black prime minister. He's a DEI hire, obviously.
Yeah, well, he said, I think I saw a headline during the State of the Union, he said, like, Greenland will be ours.
Well, I don't think he quite said that. He actually did, considering how appalling he is on this, he did the most diplomatic version of that appalling shit. He said, "We, the great people of Greenland, we support your right to determine your own future."
No, you fucking don't.
No, mate. You've literally said you wanted to invade and take over.
Yeah.
And the people of Greenland have been polled on this, and they almost exclusively told you to go fuck yourself.
Yep, not at all.
They don't want to be ruled by Denmark, although they do want the Danish healthcare system that they can't afford. So they want the Danish government to continue to prop up their financially non-viable state.
Well, of course.
Whilst being independent.
Yes.
That's what they want. What they don't want is to be America.
Or have our healthcare system.
They definitely don't want that shit. 100% not. Yeah. Fucking mental.
Your own industry.
On the day that he imposes the 25% tariff on Canada, because lumber is going to skyrocket, he also, Trump, just a day or two ago, basically said that, you can log the hell out of our old growth forests in this country.
Yeah. Just
huge swaths of U.S. forests are ordered to be cut down by Trump. I don't know his ability to do so. I imagine there's going to be lawsuits because
of course there is.
Endangered species law shield about 400 species in national forests, including bears, owls, salmon.
Do we need bears, owls, and salmon?
Do we need an ecology?
Yeah. Like, the thing is, if you get rid of the salmon, the bears got nothing anyway. So that's, that's like a mutually beneficial ecocide.
Ecocide?
When you think about it. Yeah, kill all the bears and all the salmon, because without the bears, the salmon's going to explode. So get rid of all the bears and all the salmon.
Is that a neologism? Ecocide? Did you just make that up?
No, that's a real thing, ecocide. Yeah, it's like genocide, but geno means like people.
Yeah, and then as opposed to the environment.
Yeah, so like ecocide would be either the destruction of a habitat or the destruction of a specific part of a food chain or something.
Yeah, no, that's a good word. I hadn't heard that one before. So
there you go.
Put that in my. Yeah.
See, I'm not just a pretty face.
Not only. No.
Yeah.
Future of some of America's most prized forests now appear uncertain. Under Biden, the U.S. committed to protecting the last fragments of old-growth forest. Obviously, these help for global warming. They soak up carbon dioxide. But
trees are literally essential for life on Earth, yes. Cutting down trees is actually bad. Don't get me wrong, you can have renewable forestry. That's absolutely fine. There are fast-growing trees that you can cut down for wood, and that's all. I'm not suggesting we don't have any wood.
Kevin certainly can't get away with no wood.
Exactly. Unfortunately, I get a little bit too much wood, especially in the mornings, which, is uncomfortable. Although it does make washing the underside in the shower a lot easier. So, anyway, like a broom handle. Anyway, old growth trees and stuff, they're really, really good.
Yep.
Like those old fucking badass sequoias and shit out west. Fuck
Yeah,
me,
burn
you've
'em.
seen the size
Burn
of
'em.
those. They're massive.
You'd burn them down if you could.
We don't need oxygen.
No, it's a luxury.
Considering we're about to die in a nuclear holocaust anyway, who needs oxygen anymore?
Well,
Cut the trees down.
I think we're gonna die of global warming effects before.
Exactly. Well, you know what we'll need with global warming? More rafts. What you make rafts out of? Wood.
Wood.
Let's go. There's no point leaving the fucking trees to be just swallowed up by the waves. Might as well cut them down while they're above water. That's what I say. Cut, baby, cut.
I'll change
I joke, but that's US federal policy.
That's what they're saying.
That's literally, that's just actual government policy. That's fucking dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
His, do you know who Biden, and we'll get back to the tariffs in just a second, sorry.
No, it's
Biden's leader of the Forest Service was? It was a guy named Randy Moore. He was the first black person to lead the Forest Service.
Randy Moore is a porn star.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a name you would not want in Britain.
Randy Moore?
Yep, that would just get you mocked at school relentlessly.
And his deputy, Horny Big Dick.
Yeah, you'd have to sit next to Crafty Wank.
Crafty Wank. He got fired this week.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, yeah. When you're too racist for GB News.
Oh, God.
Fucking
That was
mental.
a long time coming.
Yeah.
A little Crafty Wank.
But he was a soil
He was, yeah.
scientist.
Sounds qualified.
Sounds qualified, doesn't he?
Soil scientist. What, they're turning the soil transgender as well, are they? God. Why you do science at all? They're just, all science is just turning molecules into transgender molecules.
Yeah, Elon Musk went, what? A black man with power? No. This is South Africa in the 1980s. We can't.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't have that.
That's terrible.
The new guy who is leading the Forest Service was the vice president of the Idaho Forest Group. Oh, well, I mean, so the guy knows forests, which incidentally is a company that chops down wood and sells wood.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah, logging. Yeah. Because that's the thing, you can put forestry in front of anything. And it could be the best organisation on earth, or literally an organisation that would happily mince the owls into a fine paste.
Yeah.
Like, just comically evil.
So literally putting the industry that you have the Forest Service to protect our forests from.
Literally putting the fox in charge of the chicken coop.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of Republicans is to basically steal as much as they can while they can, and then blame Democrats.
Yeah.
Charge.
Although, to be fair, I will just say this, and I know this is going to annoy Christy. The Democrats are shit as well.
They're not all of them are shit though.
No, not all of them are, but like dressing in pink, I don't think is going to be quite enough.
No, again, this is they're not meeting the moment. We've already had this conversation. I mean, but like what's her name? Yeah, out of Texas, is it or whatever? Awesome, not AOC.
Well, she's not
starts
out of
with a
Texas.
J. Starts with a J.
Jennifer.
No.
James.
Jacqueline. I can't remember. I have to like master.
Jacqueline
her
Kennedy.
name.
Why would you do a joke about Jacqueline Kennedy in Texas? That's outrageous, Christo. Too soon.
I'm running after this. I'm going because I'm running out of steam to defend myself.
Adolf Hitler Unana is a Namibian civil rights activist and politician. What the fuck? That's his name, and he's a black dude. Naturally.
What a terrible. What were his parents thinking?
Yeah. German names like Adolf are common in Namibia. Well, hang on a minute. German names might be common, but German names like Adolf are common, are they?
I mean, maybe 100 years ago.
Yeah. Adolf Unana says his father probably did name him after Adolf Hitler, but does not think his father knew who Adolf Hitler was at the time. You didn't know who Adolf Hitler was when you named your kid Adolf Hitler?
I would legally change my name.
Yeah, I think I would as well, actually, yeah. Thank you, Flint, who says, don't knock it too soon, Kev. Finely ground owl paste might be delicious, mate. I'm prepared to give it a try. Certainly.
of management of the national forests and millions of acres of land.
But that's connected to this because of how much lumber we import from Canada in particular.
That's the point.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
is that we're and so we're going to destroy our forests to justify Donald Trump's 25% tariff on Canada.
Yeah, and just because I think this can be obscure for people, just because Trump is bringing back Gilded Age style politics that haven't been relevant in quite a while, so they've modeled this.
Okay, I'm just saying, just for the lols, go back to the gold standard. Fuck it, why not? If you're gonna go full mental with it, do the gold standard and bring back asbestos. If we could, fuck it, let's make it bring back Art Deco. Definitely, Art Deco, flapper girls,
all of it.
Undistilled properly gin, prohibition, gangsterism. Let's go.
The budget lab modeled the total effects of the plan.
I actually do favour Art Deco architecture coming back.
It's very elegant.
We need more round things. We need more curved walls and shit. It's all too straight. I don't like it.
Yeah.
% Canada and Mexico.
They're turning the scientists. They're turning walls transgender.
Tariffs, 10% Chinese tariffs. Trump already imposed 10%, so this is additional. The policy is the equivalent of a 7 percentage point hike in the U.S. effective tariff rate, raising it to the highest since 1943. The price level rises by 1 to 1.2%, the equivalent of an average per household consumer loss of $1,600 to $2,000 in 2024 money. This also would hurt GDP growth, it appears. In the long run, the U.S. economy is persistently smaller. I care less about that. And it points out, tariffs are regressive taxes. Losses for households at the bottom of the income distribution would range between $900 and $1,100. But that is obviously, as we say, proportionally harder, and electronics and clothing and motor vehicles and food are going to be affected. But figure 3 is, I think, really helpful here too in envisioning that. This is the distribution of the 20% tariffs on China and 25% Mexico and Canada tariffs, and you can see there.
See, this is where it loses me. I was elected to lead, not read.
Different shades are for the limited retaliation, and then the other is the full retaliation.
And I know that these ones are stalactites because they dangle downwards. You see?
Yeah.
Or is it stalagmites if they're the other way? Yeah.
They grow, yeah.
So, and it appears that at least China and Mexico, or I should say Canada, are gearing up for a full retaliation.
Yeah, they already have.
But we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, this is how the Democrats need to frame this is that this is a tax on the poor and the middle class. Straight up. Instead of increasing taxes on the wealthy, which they are now cutting, according to the Republican negotiations in the House and the Senate, they're going to try really hard to do that. They are putting that on the backs of people going to the grocery store, people buying a car, people buying a cell phone. That is where they're trying to raise this revenue from. And it's not even the most effective way to do it, but it's also even more taxing.
But it's not the effective government is not why you become a Republican. Certainly not anymore.
It's to kill government and steal all the money.
Yeah. It's to be needlessly, disgustingly cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And selfish
Show what
and
a dick you are.
grasping and yeah.
Yep.
On lower income people, then the tax cuts would be alone for the wealthy that they're already discussing in the House and Senate. It's a compounding effect. This is just a way to continue to drive income and wealth inequality.
Yep.
And I really do think you're onto something about how this won't affect like the people that matter, these billionaires in the Trump administration, because they're all in this speculation bubble outside of the practical realities of goods and services and needing to buy things to feed your family or to put a roof over your head. If this really does go into effect and he's not just using this for some weird negotiating purpose, it will be devastating. And the Dow is not overreacting.
Which, by the way, he says we're doing this for a couple reasons: the fentanyl stuff and immigration issues. But then also,
yeah, Elliot, we did mention that earlier. Luigi, fucks.
Porn. Yeah.
It's also about.
Yeah, this whole thing, like, you know, the other argument this person was making was, we need these tariffs for manufacturing. I'm like, but that's not what Trump is saying. You know, he's saying it's about fentanyl. So, you know, like, get your story straight, because we're not protecting our manufacturing from the Canadians.
No, that's true. That's true. Or the Mexicans, for that matter.
No, exactly.
China, yes, to be fair. To be fair.
But so is everybody in the world.
Yeah, exactly. China's the only place that makes anything anymore.
Our trade imbalance, which kind of shows that maybe the other things are just mentioned just to have.
Of course, the amount of fentanyl that comes across our Canadian border is like infinitesimally small.
And post-coconut clarity
compared to the amount of fentanyl that goes the other way, especially.
Did she just say post-coconut clarity?
I don't think so, but we'll have a look.
Can you go back?
Canadian border is like infinitesimally small.
And post-coconut clarity writes in, but I care less about the GDP.
Post-coconut clarity. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good name.
Thing. Yeah, I do know what GDP is. My point is that GDP isn't always the best indicator of how lower and middle income people are experiencing the economy. That's why it was just a little less interesting to me. But sorry, keep going.
I mean, I don't. Outside of like using it as a way in which he can give gifts to his friends in terms of waivers, it's unclear to me what they think is going to happen.
Or like he did in his first term with his daughter. He gave a waiver to handbags. Just so happens that his daughter made handbags in China.
Yep.
Fucking hell. Like, it's so nakedly corrupt. But, you know, thankfully, the Supreme Court defended the Constitution 5-4. That's very...
That's reassuring.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not anxious about that at all. That's actually a brilliant result and shows their commitment.
Yeah, quote unquote.
And from this,
I'm curious how Elon's businesses are implicated, because if he crashes, Detroit, and Elon gets scot-free somehow, it'd be really a bad outcome.
Tesla's having some problems apparently with its stock because people aren't buying Teslas anymore because they don't want to be associated with the
Mastercard.
Yeah, they literally, because it's just like, and there are literally there's stickers that you can buy now that you can put on your Tesla. I bought it before he was and became a Nazi or whatever, became a dickhead.
Yep.
Like you can, people bought that Tesla thinking, you know, he was just some quirky little funny madman, and they wanted an electric car.
Yep, they want to do something good for the environment.
And now they realise, oh shit, I'm literally driving a 1938 Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, I'm contributing to somebody who's working on creating a one-party state that rules by fear and anger. Yay!
The guy who gives all of his heart to everybody.
Yeah.
Well, remember, not everyone who bought a Tesla is a racist. Some of them, I don't need to complete that sentence.
And Teslas, they shouldn't buy anything. Do the tariffs.
I am seeing, and look, you know, there's a lot of people who bought Teslas because they were like, this is electric vehicle. That's good. I'm going to help the environment. And so they did it with the best of intentions, which is why I don't believe that you should deface these vehicles. Although I have seen flyers going around with pictures of Elon Musk giving his Nazi salute, and people putting them in the windshield, wipers, like putting it on the car just to remind people. So I think it's okay to make people feel bad about their car. Maybe they'll sell it.
Yeah.
Did you see that Elon's in a spat with Robert De Niro now?
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, and Jon Stewart.
Well, no, he already put it out on Jon Stewart. He said, "I'll go on Jon Stewart's show if it's completely unedited." And Jon Stewart went, "Yeah, go on then." And he's going, "Oh, Jon Stewart's too partisan."
Yeah, says the guy who literally spent $250 million on buying an election.
Yeah.
But Robert Redford, huh? Oh, by the way, just to say, people, there was an arson in some Tesla cars, empty Tesla cars got set on fire in France.
Oh no, that's terrible. Anyway,
shame.
moving on to literally any other topic because that's fine. By the way, don't burn Teslas. That's bad, actually. Yeah?
Yeah.
So,
Burn weed.
terms of service. Yeah, burn weed, not Teslas.
Burn trees.
Well, no, don't burn the trees. Cut them down.
Smoke tree.
And use them as rafts to survive the inevitable flooding.
Yeah.
Hello there, international socialism.
Woo.
It's good to be joined by a concept. Nice. Good to see. You should hit the follow button. As you are internationalist and I am from the world, that would make sense, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or, flood the market with used Teslas.
Well, you can't resell Cybertrucks. That you have to pay back the price difference to Elon for something like that. But one Cybertruck I did see, which I think Cybertruck is like
Cybertruck, I feel a little bit less inclined to.
But I saw one guy
give dispensation to
Toyota across the back of his Cybertruck. Which is very funny.
That is funny. That's funny.
Also, you don't need to burn a Tesla. You just need to wait for it to crash.
Basically,
it'll set itself on fire.
Yes.
It's like taking a lighter to a match. What are you doing? That's what a waste. It does itself.
You gotta give it props for that. Let's see.
Hello there, international socialism. Thank you for joining. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of your work.
Should we move on? Oh,
well. You want to talk about Social Security, right?
Oh, yes. We have somebody who listens to our show has some, some inside information. We've helped connect her to some people who can disseminate that. But there are insiders who are talking about what's going on at Social Security right now, and the Government Executive is a sort of trade magazine that we keep an eye out, and there is a real sense within the Social Security Administration. Yesterday, we heard from Martin O'Malley, the former administrator of the Social Security Administration, also the guy who I believe could have won in 2016. He could have beat Trump. That there is a full-on assault on Social Security Administration workers. And understand, particularly in the context of the low information voters who voted for Trump, but just broadly speaking, Americans know very little about how their government works. I would be surprised, or wouldn't be surprised.
Unfortunately, the head of the fucking federal government also doesn't know how it works either.
Yeah,
or his billionaire fucking gimp lord. None of them do. They haven't got a fucking clue. His army of 20-year-old fucking 4chan incels that are running the federal government now.
Big balls.
Big balls, yeah. Big balls and his Nazi friends also don't have a fucking clue what's going on. They're taking credit for expired contracts from 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Mental.
When
presumably some of them probably were only just born.
Oh, not even.
Yeah. Mad. Christy, there are adults who weren't born in 2005.
Yeah. Because they're be 20 now.
I'm so old. Honestly, I feel like that transition bit at the end of the Titanic movie where it goes from Kate Winslet to the 90-year-old woman.
Yeah,
that's what just happened to me. Inside, I just turned. It's been 70 years. It's oh god. I'm not throwing that necklace over though. That's worth a fortune.
That shit.
Yeah, I'm pawning that, and I'm going to Tijuana. Let's go.
Significant percentage of people who are on Medicaid are not aware that the federal government created Medicaid, pays for Medicaid. I don't know what that number is, 10, 20, 30%, 40%. And I don't, it would be nice if we had an electorate and a population that was aware of its government more than it is and that have more interest. But it's not necessarily the easiest thing to get savvy about this stuff. You could listen to this show, I guess, particularly if you're interested in Social Security. But aside from that, Social Security Administration in recent days has initiated a flurry of actions aimed at decimating its workforce.
Wonderful.
And that Democrats warn are an effort to sabotage the agency and prepare to privatize its functions. The reason why you inhibit the Social Security Administration is the same reason why they love to complain about the DMV. Now, my experience at the DMV...
Look, you have not watched that film well at all. She didn't let DiCaprio drown. He froze to death, and then she disposed of his corpse. You need to watch. Honestly, media literacy and basic scientific information. Oh yeah, that's another belter. Yeah, the aging Matt Damon from.
Oh, for Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, look at that.
Saving Private Ryan. Yeah.
Oh God, look how young Matt Damon was in that film. Good God.
Has never been as painful as my experience at the cable company. Never. It's never going to come close.
How about with your health insurance company?
Or the amount of work that I put into my private health insurance. It's literally a second job. And DMV, sometimes you go, it's crowded, depending on which city you're in. But they know what they're doing. You get in there and you get it done. I've waited for like an hour at cable just to return my cable box. But the point is what they want to do is they want to make Social Security dysfunctional. They want to drive a wedge between Social Security and the general population. It's the most beloved of government programs.
Most responsible for
After a rash of abrupt retirements of senior leaders across the agency last week, the agency on Friday confirmed that it's seeking to shed 7,000 employees, which would bring its workforce down to 50,000 people.
There's a false economy. If you every dollar you save, quote unquote, save from Social Security, is money you will waste, because if you drive people into desperation, they will become criminals. They've got no other option. Those criminals will be arrested and imprisoned, which will cost a lot more.
Even if it's just people during the winter who are homeless, who want a warm place to sleep at night, just go do a little bit of shoplifting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they literally will do that. Yeah, to stay alive. Like, it's so much more expensive. Think of it that way. Think, for every dollar you spend in Social Security, you're saving $10, $20 in having to process them through the courts and imprison them.
Also, the hassle of just walking over the dead bodies of the elderly people who froze to death at night. There's a basic quality of life issue.
There is also that. But again, Elon Musk doesn't care about any of that.
No, he doesn't give a shit about dead people, people dying of, no.
A silly poll. How many in chat were alive and remember 9/11? No, please don't do that. Please don't do that. It will make me feel even older.
You will turn into the mummy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The end of the stream will just be me as a pile of ash on my chair.
Now, that's approximately off the back of the book. If you're talking about let's just call it a 60,000 person or 57,000 person agency, to get rid of 7,000, you're talking about over 10% of the population. Last fall, the agency hit a 50-year staffing low after congressional Republicans refused to agree to append the agency's funding to account for fixed cost increases as part of continuing resolution to keep agencies open.
I wasn't even born then. Get out. Get the fuck out. Your youth and probably beauty, I imagine, your hope for the future, is not welcome here.
In other words, they're renting buildings. The buildings prices have gone up. Everything's gone up in terms of inflation. I don't know. Their paper clips may have gone up. Their computer software costs may have gone up. Their computers, they may have had to buy new computers, have gone up. 50-year staffing low. 50-year. And now they're going to cut another over 10%? The agency will consolidate its current 10 regional offices down to 4. So they're cutting their regional offices by greater than half.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
And again, it will just cost more money.
Incidentally, boomers are, we have one of the biggest contingencies probably that we've had in the history of the country on Social Security right now. Musk's DOGE operatives have canceled leases for 45 field offices across the country, as well as the Office of Hearings Operations in White Plains, New York.
Oh yeah, someone sent me a link to that, not to that specific thing, but like to all of the federal properties you can buy.
Oh yeah, no, they took that list down now. Apparently, I saw.
Oh, okay. But
some of them, I saw most recently. Anyway.
Yeah, some of them had fucking like. It was bizarre. I don't know if they were selling concepts of a space, but some of them had a square footage of 0.
Yeah.
So was it like, what was it? Was it a hypothetical building? what the fuck is this? It's a conceptual art piece.
We're watching the direct assault on the agency that provides perhaps the best functioning and the most beloved social insurance program we have in this country. And it's all being done
well, that's why they need
without authorization.
Yeah, that's why they need to get rid of it, because they can't have a good example. Because people will think, well, if that's a good thing, we're spending public money on helping the least able in the society. Maybe we could do other things like helping the sick or the homeless.
Well, no, what they realize is that Congress will never have the political will to destroy Social Security, so they're just going to have Elon Musk do it.
Yeah. Because Elon Musk doesn't mind being an evil bastard, and
because
knows he can never run for office, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because he is an evil bastard, so it doesn't bother him. Yeah.
Like, you don't become that rich by being good.
No.
It's not possible.
Without having to take a vote, without Americans having a single say in it. And ding-dongs out there can pretend that...
And after having promised over and over, we will not cut your Medicaid, we won't cut the Social Security law. We're not going to do any of that. We're good, honest.
Donald Trump had a mandate, whatnot. I dare them. I dare them to have Donald Trump go up and national television say, we are really cutting back on Social Security.
He won't.
No, he won't.
In the same way he wouldn't endorse Project 2025.
Yeah, but he was endorsing
It's almost like the guy is a sociopathic liar. And it's been proven to us over the past 10 years of his political career. He will lie and say anything in public and do whatever the hell he wants in private. He may try to justify it on the back end, but basically Mike Johnson is telling him our members are concerned about the optics of touching that third rail, cutting Social Security and Medicare, what's the most expedient way for him to do it? King Trump, using the Russ vote. I never remember what it is. Russ vote method of just gutting it from the administrative state side.
There's also a fun story about Russell Vogt trying to shut down the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and then realizing he's been caught and it's illegal and a judge is telling him you can't do this. And now they're pretending that they never tried to shut down the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And what are you talking about? Except for they put it all in writing.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Elon Musk's lawyers arguing he's not leading DOGE.
Yeah.
Like, are you joking?
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe.
Shut up, Sam Cedar, with your awesome face. Anyway.
So that's me done.
I'm done as well, actually. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, you're gonna call it a night as well.
I am indubitably, but I don't want to go just yet because I want everyone to see all of my images again. I collated these. I've become something of a connoisseur of the JD Vance face situation. You, Christy, if you wanted to, you could take a look yourself.
No, that's okay.
There are some belters.
Oh, that's I'm all right. I'm good. I think I'll pass.
I mean, some people, they just can't handle the pure, raw sexual energy of his massive, stupid face. Let's go. Who are we going over to on YouTube's? Let's have a look. What have you got coming up on your channel, if anything, Christo?
Just some D&D at the weekend. Usual. Check out Rolling Left channel. I do have some like desire to make content, but I just don't have like the time or right now the health. Maybe when I look at this video making thing, because video editing is a big pain in the ass. So if this
Yeah, that is true.
Sora thing can help me crack out a few shorts, it would be nice. Get
And
some
you're
of these ideas
doing
out of my head.
Luigi-inspired porn, I believe.
No, I'm not. That's you. That's your niche.
That's true. That is me. I'm just.
You're
Gonna be
doing the
dressed
rip
up.
off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to be dressed up as the video game character Luigi. And I've all much like the real Luigi, I'm going to be firing some loads into a billionaire. God Almighty. Sorry.
You get cancelled one
Partner
day.
punishment.
2025.
Yes. Wait, no, for fuck, is it The Surfs? Oh my god. The Surfs TV. Fuck's sake. Right, there we go. Everyone go and say hello to Lance and all of that jazz. Right, I'll be back tomorrow, possibly with No Justice, possibly to do question time, which will be awful, I'm sure. Yeah, you can join us for that, I guess, if you wanted to. I don't know.
Do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, really, you're a free person. I can't make you. And I wouldn't want to. But I just wanted to tell you that I definitely can't make you. Okay? It's goodbye from me and goodbye from Christy. Say goodbye, Christy!
Goodbye.
She did.